What if there was a simple movement you could do every day, no machines, no complicated routines, that quietly rebuilt your strength, improved your posture, sharpened your balance, boosted your energy, and yes, even supported your vitality below the belt? It sounds almost too good to be true, especially after 50, when so many people start to feel like their body is only going in one direction, slower, stiffer, weaker. But the truth is, your body still has enormous potential. It just needs the right kind of signal. That signal can come from something that, at first glance, doesn't look like much at all. To someone passing by, it might look like you're just standing in a slightly wide squat, not doing anything special. But inside your muscles, your joints, and your nervous system, a lot is happening. This ancient position has been used for centuries by martial artists and healers not because it looks impressive, but because of what it builds. It's called the horse stance. And if you give it just a couple of minutes a day, it can change the way you move, the way you feel, and the way you age. After 50, leg strength is no longer about how defined your thighs look in the mirror. It's about getting up from a chair without pushing off your knees. It's about climbing a flight of stairs without pausing halfway. It's about walking across a wet floor without feeling like one wrong step could send you down. The horse stance is like plugging your lower body into a power station. When you sink into the position and hold, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves all turn on at once and stay engaged the entire time. There's no pounding, no jumping, no frantic repetition, just pure, controlled tension. This is called isometric training, and for an aging body, it's nearly perfect, tough on the muscles, gentle on the joints. Instead of grinding cartilage with repeated impact, you're asking your tendons, ligaments, and muscle fibers to hold you steady. Over time, this type of loading helps joints feel more supported, reduces that heavy, dragging stiffness, and makes everyday tasks feel lighter. Stronger legs make everything in life easier, carrying groceries, stepping off a curb, catching yourself if you slip. 2 minutes of horse stance a day may not sound like much, but it's enough to remind your body what solid, grounded strength feels like. But the benefits don't stop at your legs. Most people think core strength is about having visible abs. After 50, your core has a much more important job. It's the structure that keeps you upright, protects your spine, and lets you move through the world without pain. When you hold the horse stance properly, your core can't check out. Your body has to stay vertical without leaning, twisting, or collapsing. Your deep abdominal muscles, your obliques, and the stabilizers along your lower back all work quietly in the background to keep you steady. That silent effort is where real core strength lives. A strong core reduces pressure on the lower back, helps you stand or sit longer without discomfort, and makes simple actions, like turning to check a blind spot while driving or getting out of bed, feel smoother and more controlled. Unlike crunches or exercises that can strain your neck and shoulders, the horse stance builds endurance, the kind of strength that lasts all day instead of fading when the workout ends. After 50, this isn't about aesthetics. It's about preserving your lifeline. There's another part of aging that sneaks up slowly, the quiet loss of balance. You don't notice it until you trip on a step that never used to bother you, or you catch yourself reaching for the wall just in case. Your balance isn't just about your feet or your inner ear, it's about your brain's ability to sense exactly where your body is in space. This sense is called proprioception, and like a muscle, it weakens if you don't train it. The horse stance is a powerful way to bring it back online. When you stand in this position and hold it, your body has to stay centered from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. Tiny adjustments happen constantly, your ankles stabilizing, your knees aligning, your hips correcting, your core bracing. Even though you're not visibly moving, your brain is constantly updating its internal map of your body. Over time, this recalibration of your balance system can help you feel more secure on uneven ground, more confident going down stairs, and less anxious in situations where a fall once felt likely. Balance training doesn't have to mean standing on one leg on a wobble board or using special equipment. Sometimes it's simply learning to be still in a slightly challenging position. Falls are often not random accidents, they can be early warnings that your internal guidance system needs attention. The horse stance gives you a safe, structured way to act before those warnings become something serious. Then there's a part of aging almost nobody talks about, pelvic health and circulation, down there. After 50, pelvic well-being isn't just about strength and stability, but also about function, sensitivity, and quality of life. The horse stance activates deep muscles around the hips, the lower abdomen, and the pelvic floor, areas that often go dormant when the only regular movement is walking or light stretching. As you hold the stance, blood flow to the pelvic region increases naturally. For men, this can support erectile function by improving vascular health and activating key muscular systems involved in performance. For women, it helps strengthen the pelvic floor, essential for bladder control, stability, and sexual wellness. And because this exercise encourages slow breathing and focus, it also tends to lower stress hormones, powerful influencers of libido, mood, and sleep. Feeling more alive in your body doesn't always come from a pill. Sometimes it comes from reconnecting with muscles and tissues you forgot were there. One of the most overlooked benefits has nothing to do with muscle at all. Most workouts focus on what the body is doing, lifting, bending, running. The horse stance adds another dimension, what the mind is doing while the body holds. At first, the position feels simple. Then, 30 seconds in, something shifts. Your thighs shake. Your brain starts negotiating. Thoughts appear, this is enough. Why am I doing this? I should stop. This is where the real training begins. Choosing to stay, breathe, and ride out the discomfort builds a kind of resilience you can't get from counting reps. You're teaching your nervous system that you can tolerate effort without panicking, that you can feel discomfort without breaking. This mental toughness carries into the rest of your life, into stressful days, restless nights, and unexpected challenges. Slow, focused exercise paired with deep breathing has been shown to reduce cortisol, improve emotional regulation, and build mental endurance. After 50, that inner steadiness is as important as any muscle gain. As the years pass, joints often complain first. Knees ache. Hips tighten. Bending down becomes a chore. Many people avoid exercise because they're afraid of making these sensations worse. That's what makes the horse stance so valuable, it strengthens around the joints rather than grinding through them. Because the position is held instead of bounced, your tissues experience controlled tension rather than harsh impact. This type of loading conditions tendons and ligaments as well as muscles. When your knees, hips, and ankles work in alignment during the stance, they get just enough challenge to adapt and strengthen without strain. Over time, joints feel more supported, less stiff, and more reliable. You build an internal scaffolding that holds you up. For anyone who has avoided exercise out of fear or past injury, this is a safer, smarter path back to strength. Hip mobility is another area where aging makes itself known. If getting out of the car feels tight, or sitting on the floor seems impossible, or bending makes you groan, your hips are sending you a message. The horse stance answers that message directly. As you settle into the position, your hip joints gently open, stretching surrounding muscles and fascia. Unlike aggressive stretching that forces your body into extreme angles, this is a controlled, adaptable way to expand your range of motion. You don't have to go very low to benefit. Even a higher, gentler version wakes up tissues and slowly increases space in the joints. When your hips move better, everything improves, your posture, your lower back, your walking rhythm, your stability. Stiff hips can distort your entire alignment. Freeing them creates a ripple effect of comfort throughout your body. There's also a hormonal dimension. After 50, many people feel their energy dipping. Moods shift unpredictably. Sleep becomes lighter. Some of this is normal hormonal change, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. When you hold the horse stance, your body experiences controlled stress that triggers a positive adaptation. In short bursts, this helps reduce excess cortisol, the stress hormone that steals energy and darkens your mood. At the same time, engaging many major muscles and breathing slowly encourages the release of endorphins and supports healthier hormonal balance. You send your body a message, I still move. I still adapt. Over time, this can restore motivation, clarity, and a sense of aliveness. Even though the horse stance looks still from the outside, it's one of the most efficient full-body engagements you can do. Your legs are loaded. Your hips open. Your core stabilizes. Your spine rises. Your shoulders relax but stay active. Your breath syncs with your muscles. Almost every major system participates. And because there's no complex choreography, you can focus on alignment and breathing. This makes the stance a perfect, built-in gym. No equipment, no space, no noise. Just a small patch of floor and a bit of willingness. You can practice in your bedroom, your kitchen, your living room, anywhere. Because it only takes a couple of minutes, it's easy to stay consistent. And consistency, not intensity, is what truly transforms you after 50. Learning the stance is simple. Start with your feet together, then step out until they're slightly wider than your shoulders. Turn your toes gently outward. Lower your hips slowly as if sitting on an invisible stool. Keep your chest lifted, your back long, your knees aligned with your toes. Look forward, relax your jaw, breathe slowly. Start with 20 or 30 seconds, then gradually increase. If something hurts, adjust. The goal is challenge, not pain. Of course, if you've recently had knee, hip, or back surgery, or struggle with uncontrolled high blood pressure or severe balance issues, you should talk to your doctor before starting. Safety always comes first. But for many people who get clearance from their healthcare providers, this simple stance offers a safe, sustainable way to rebuild strength and confidence. In a world that constantly pushes you to do more, go faster, and exhaust yourself, the horse stance feels almost rebellious. It's stillness with purpose. It won't go viral on social media. But it can change how you feel in your body. With just 2 minutes a day, you can rebuild strong legs, stable joints, supported posture, smoother movement, and greater confidence. And you can do it without machines, without noise, without pressure. Most of all, this exercise gives you the chance to prove to yourself that you're not done growing. You're not destined for fragility just because time has passed. You can still choose simple actions that upgrade your life. Sometimes transformation begins not when you move faster, but when you stay, breathe, and discover strength in a position that once felt impossible. If you're curious, try it. Stand up, find a quiet spot, and hold the stance for 30 seconds. Let your body show you what it remembers. Let your mind feel the stability and focus that comes when you stay rooted. And if you want, return to it tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. That's how habits that change your life begin. If this video helped you and you want more simple practices to move better, feel stronger, and age with more energy and confidence, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel Ageless Vitality Secrets at https://www.youtube.com/@agelessvitalitysecrets, where you'll find more content dedicated to mobility, wellness, and active longevity after 50.